Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's your boy, Coach Lee, man. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. We are back at it like we're mad at as always. We're 4 days away from the weekend. Hey, man, it's NFL off season. This is the beginning of week 2, I think, for us. Not having football. Know how y'all coping, man. Been watching myself. Watch a lot of mock drafts and analysis on draft prospects. Still get your feel in, but just being able to watch a game, feels kind of weird. But hey, man, we got a great show for y'all tonight. Welcome to our off-season edition. If you was with us last year, you definitely know what we do. We build all the anticipation up until the draft. And then, man, we're going to share as much as we know. It's a journey along the way. So hang out with your boys. With that being said, let's give him a feel of Cowboy fan up in here. My brother from the Northeast, my man, Meta Wide.
Coming out like Goldberg. Hey, yo, let me be real for a second, man. The Cowboys were like Goldberg, man, at home. Undefeated, you know what I'm saying? Might have been a couple overrated games of the schedule. Then became Gilbert, man, in the playoff game, man. We coming from Calabasas, Cowboys off vacation, after a disappointing season. But we here, Coach. Playcall sheet Monday, man. It don't stop even in the offseason. We here.
Let's get it, dog. Yeah, we definitely in this bad boy, bro. How's your day, man?
You know what I'm saying? No football season. Kind of makes an effect of why football is kind of probably the top of the sports, because the sports world was dry today, man. It was dry.
That's fair. But man, see, today, Thursday, I think I like to consider this as the first official day of the off season, because it's the first Monday a week after the Super Bowl. We've had all the parades and the end of the year analysis, all that stuff. They talk about it the whole week after the Super Bowl. But this is the first week where we kind of, reset, so to speak. So we got a couple of key dates that's coming up for NFL dates. Because we like to talk about everything. Today's what, the 19th? So
yes,
right
today's
on
the
time.
19th.
So starting tomorrow, starting tomorrow up to 4 p.m. I'm assuming this is Eastern Standard Time. On March the 5th, clubs may designate franchise or transition players. And if I'm not mistaken, we got a little bit of a list here to share with everybody.
We love lists over here, man.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, team, man? Woo, we here, man.
I got there yesterday, man. It started out cold, but it got warm. Being out there to warm other people's hearts yesterday. Definitely had a good time out there assisting the homeless and doing their thing.
Shout out to the homies, man. Seeing y'all doing y'all thing, man. Well and strong, man. And you know what I'm saying? The community definitely got to, pat yourself on the back, man, for that. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that is easy in life to do things like that, man. But a lot of people don't really look in the box like that, man. But a lot of people should be how you guys were, not only yesterday but yearly, man. And just get back, man. Even if it was one day, man. Put a lot of smiles in people's faces, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys
already. Man, give a special shout out, man. He not in I can see him on this side. But shout out to my little brother from another mother. D Toms, I see you out there supporting me, brother. Salute to you. Appreciate it, man.
Real talk.
So this list, this shit kind of small, ain't it? It's like real small, dog. Let me see if I can.
Well, yeah, man. You can see the list, man. I can see. I got an inhale. I got a big list, so
So it's some big names on this list, man. They got to make some decisions for these guys. Starting tomorrow at 4 up until Tuesday, March the 5th. As we stated a few minutes ago, teams have to designate these players either the franchise or transition players. Now, the candidates for that, right off the bat, you got the linebacker Josh Allen. I believe he's down in where's he at now?
Jacksonville.
Is he still in Jacksonville? Okay.
Well, let's see your linebacker. Jackson. Yeah, Josh Allen is he's with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay. See you, Anthony, up in there. Got Anthony, D. Tom. Appreciate you, man.
Going on with you, Joe.
So we got Josh Allen, the linebacker. We've got Saquon Barkley. I know we got a little bit of interest in him. Brian Burns, defensive end. Safety Carl Duggar. Wide receiver T. Higgins. Running back Josh Jacobs, who the Raiders did dirty last year.
Dirty.
Cornerback Jalen Johnson. Defensive tackle Justin Matabuke. Oh boy, got it in there. Quarterback Baker Mayfield, who I think should get paid. Wide receiver Michael Pittman. Cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. Defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. And safety Anton Winfield. Pretty big names on that list.
Absolutely. A couple questions hitting through the platforms. Can Saquon Barkley be franchised again? Yes, you could be franchised, I believe, up to twice or three times?
Twice. The second time, I believe it is a 20 or 30% increase of the average salary of the top of the top five backs.
We see now with the man, I mean, different position, but we've seen it with the likes of Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the franchise portal twice, getting paid luck. In a 3-year span, he got paid over like $100 million, and that's just our franchise tags. But I think the Giants should end the relationship, if you ask me. But
I found it for us. A second straight franchise tag would see a player's salary automatically increase by 20%. The exception to that would be if the salary cap value for the position increased by more than 20%. We know that's not the case with running backs, in which case the higher value would be taken. So I think they paid him, what was it, $13 million last year, 12 or 13 million?
Yep, you got the. I think it was 10. I think it was 10 or 11, and then with the extra $1 million increase cap he got when he signed his deal, it might have ended up being 12 or 13.
And if they do that, then if they franchise him, if it was 13 million, they franchise him a second time. At the minimum, it's 15.6 mil.
No, this is the second time they'll be franchise tagging him. They didn't franchise. He was on a rookie deal, so you don't got to necessarily do anything with that. You know what I'm saying? Just play by the numbers. And then we came to last year is when they gave him a tag. Anthony Price says T. Higgins will be the first player tagged. Cincinnati's in a situation where they can, if they really want him, but I can see T. Higgins being a guy that sees the market. I can see somebody in the market paying him. Mm-hmm. I don't see Cincinnati being that petty to franchise tag him. Because that's soon enough they're going to have to pay others. So it's going to be tough. Sorry about that. Dry time is about done.
Right there on laundry.
Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
This D. Tom's right here. He says, but was this past year? This past year was his first year. So this will be his second year this year. And that's why I thought it made him. What's up? We just slid here like Kramer again. I ain't see him reading comments. What's up, fam?
It was good. It was good, brother. How y'all doing?
All right, man. Welcome. Yeah, that's why I think they messed up last year. Me personally, I might have would have gave Daniel Jones the franchise tag and got Barkley. I think he probably would have given him some type of discount, considering how much time that he had missed with them.
Well, the problem with that is you're right. That's probably what they should have done, but that leaves you less. That leaves you less flexibility building your roster because the price tag on the tag for a running back is significantly lower than the tag.
True that.
If they tag the quarterback, I think that's like it's 20 something. I think no, it's
27, 28 or something like that.
I think it's the mean average of the top three. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the way they do the tag is the average of the top three. So if you take the top three quarterback salaries and average that out, that's a way bigger number.
Let me see. It is.
Than what Saquon got.
What was it? Ooh.
Yeah, see.
2023 exclusive quarterback franchise tag. It currently projected at 45.2 mil.
Exactly.
I stand corrected.
That part. It's wild. Now, don't get me wrong. Like in terms of who the players are and how you're moving going forward, yeah, it would have made way more sense to tag the guy Jones, who's had a half of a good season under Dable, who's gone, versus say they got stuck with the two worst people that you would have to tag. One, always hurt but unbelievably talented,
right?
And then the other one showed us about a half a season. Yeah. The other one's the quarterback, the guy you have to have. So, that was a shitty.
You know what I heard crazy today? I can't remember. It was I think it was on the NFL Network. I can't remember what analyst it was, but they threw out the idea of swapping Daniel Jones and draft pick for Bill Cosby.
That's a nightmare for the Browns moving that contract though.
Yeah, they eat all that upfront money.
That's like half of your year, maybe even more than half of the cap that you would use to rebuild that team that you're taking in dead money now. You can't do that. That's awful.
You're gonna flip flop two bad contracts. Yeah.
Also let me also point out you're flip flopping two bad quarterbacks as well. Like it's not like you're fucking making this deal and upgrading. If you're the Browns, you're taking a major cap hit to just have Daniel Jones. Said no one ever.
If they move Deshaun this year, 2024, right?
Yeah.
You know this dead cap hit is?
Like 80 something, right?
Shit, no.
Like 100.
It's dead cap hit. Now, obviously, they trade him some different things, but his dead cap hit is still at $200 million.
It's the whole fucking deal. Yeah, duh, I should have known that because that's what guaranteed means.
You know where they can possibly get out of that contract?
What?
2027.
Oh, when? Yeah, was the right answer. Question.
It's $8.9 million in 2027, but you know what it is in 2026? Why they couldn't do it? It's still at $72.9 million.
So almost the last year of the deal would still be the highest hit anyone's ever taken.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
That's a terrible contract. But then again, that's why the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, it's Browns work. You got nasty work, you got God's work, and then you got Browns work. Like,
they was trimming at the heads of being a good team. Then they wanted to slap the big money at the casino table, knowing they wasn't ready for the big table at the casino. And then when you lose, you don't really know how to take it. This is where the Browns at right now.
Look, I get it in theory. They thought, look, we got a defense that can contend, and we have pieces on offense that if we just need a quarterback, we can contend. Except you picked the wrong guy, you gave him too much, then your running back died, and what are we doing?
I feel like
set out a year.
Ultimately they gave him too much. If he was Deshaun Watson on a low scale, maybe, but the fact that you gave him too much off of what he was dealing with anyway, you kind of set yourself backwards.
100%.
Like you said, now you're looking to try to trade him. Possibly you're not. Yeah.
And it's not even. And two, you're right. Like it wasn't the right guy, and you gave up too much. But all of that you could deal with. You could literally deal with picking the wrong guy, paying him too much. You just had to not make it guaranteed. That's all you had to do. And he had exactly zero leverage for you to need to give him guaranteed money.
He had zero leverage. The Texans had zero leverage.
Yeah.
They bid against themselves.
Exactly. They ran themselves up. Like they were the same guy in the auction. Just upping the price with no one else betting. Like the fuck.
Like the episode of Sanford and Son when Fred was doing that, he had bid. He had put up something up for bid.
They said
himself.
This is what people. Hey, they went off, and this is where the media reigns supreme, and this is where the media wins. This is where they all win because Deshaun Watson still after that point, and people were arguing on networks like, is he still a top 10 QB? Is still a top 5 QB? All this stuff going on, and most people were giving him the benefit of the belt, saying that he's still going to be that guy. And like you said, Cleveland was the only person in the room like, well, this is a quarterback that is generational. We need that. So yeah, he was the only team in the room, man. But it sucked that it all the way went down like this. I don't think a lot of us would have thought that it would have ended up like this. This is bad. Like, injury, bad. Second year, injuries, bad. Now it's money in town. Now you're in injuries again, and the money's guaranteed now. We've realized this money's guaranteed. That money ain't moving off the cradle. It ain't moving off the cap hits. It ain't moving off nothing. What's overall, the Browns just tried to hit a good one, man, and ended up being a flop, man. Maybe the Houston Texans were smart for doing what they did in terms of the Watson situation.
First of all, it's not even maybe, because they had to get out from under him, and they got a good deal out of the situation. So it was actually a great move by the Texans. But the funny thing is if you take the whole situation, everything involving Cosby, everything involving him and how much they paid him and everything and all that stuff, the only thing that you could predict is that guaranteed $250 million is a bad idea. That's the only thing you could predict, no matter what he turned into. 250 guaranteed is dumb. That's the one thing you could predict, and that's the one thing they did. They the Browns.
But you know what though? They deserve this.
I'm sure
for fucking over Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, they
earned this.
Yeah, that's what they get. They get that.
That kid went out there hurt. His arm was pretty much hanging on by a rubber band and a Band-Aid.
And honestly, they could have paid him a lot less because of that and kept him and had a better quarterback.
Yep.
Definitely not. They definitely could have waited. They definitely could have waited for. If they was waiting for any type of demise in Baker, they could have played with the rookie contract. Could have played with it. We're not saying that We're not sitting here saying that Baker, is that guy. We're not. I know what all three of us not saying that, but the devil's hand.
He's more than
the Browns' hands.
He's more the guy than Watson. That's for damn sure.
I mean, yeah, we can sit there and say that, but we're not going to sit here and say that Baker Mayfield is the better quarterback. We're not going to say that. It's just bad luck. You could have played it out because Baker was in the middle of the park. Baker was in the middle of the pack. He wasn't the best QB, but he was enough to sustain that team to make a playoff push. You know what I'm saying? Get in the playoffs. I went to Vegas one night, got drunk, and was like, "Oh, we got all this money now. We're gonna go after a top 5 guy and try to break the bank of a Super Bowl." Where NFL, it doesn't really work like that. You can't really do that. Like, a lot of teams don't really get the, oh snap, we're gonna make a big blockbuster deal with a QB, and then we're gonna go to Super Bowl. It never happens like that.
Unless you're the Bucks. And it's Brady.
I mean, yeah, $20 million. They still got a Brady-esque deal. Brady didn't do it in the duel. Even throughout there, Brady could have got a lot more, and they still got a Brady-ish type deal. But that's just how Tom Brady was. He was friendly to the team. He was team friendly, and hey, if we can get pieces to win, well, hey, we get pieces to win. What's going on, Paul? What's going on, man? Shout out to my man Wizzle, man.
Paul Wizzo did his thing.
No, like I said, he took that team to the playoffs. He took the Browns to the playoffs. So the Browns didn't even have to do what they did to him. They could have kept him around, but they was trying to, we got the fan base here now, and we feel like it's our QB hurting. And no, it was not. Because, I mean, honestly, Baker did us a service to y'all. And then y'all kicked him to the curb for, I mean, somebody that was better, but then when you gave the man $250 of guaranteed money, and then the guy's over here talking about his shoulder hurts every other week, it's not a good situation.
Yeah, even at his best, even at his very best, Watson was a little better than the best we've seen from Baker. And that was like 2 years ago. So
first part of Watson's career, he was by far superior to Baker.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I probably say if I was building a team now, I'd go with Baker right now.
And at first he didn't regress, but he didn't really progress either. He kind of was what he was the moment he got in the league.
You talking Watson?
Yeah, and then he disappeared because he wasn't on the field. And it's a lot of money to give to somebody who you haven't seen play in a year.
Did Watson even throw any touchdown passes this year?
Did he play long enough?
Oh!
I think he played. Did he only play like one game?
No, he played.
I think he played a couple.
Like 2 or 3. Hold on, we're gonna check right now. Watson's stats. Man.
Also, this is hilarious. Yeah, it's the Tiger Woods effect.
Hey, the freaky was his
so regular season this year. So regular season this year, he played in 6 games, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with a 84.3 QB rating. And a lot of those games weren't good at all.
And the crazy thing is,
you have to really watch the game to see how this really went.
The crazy thing is, it's possible he could bounce back. I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I wouldn't be shocked either. But it's crazy how the situation ended up being like this. Everybody has their guys. The guys that they can appreciate, guys that they like, guys that they would like to see flourish, guys that probably won't flourish. And Deshaun Watson was up there. Even in his bad year, even with the tension with the Texans, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were taking Deshaun's side still over the Texans. And that's what players and athletes do to us. You know what I'm saying? We don't never think that an athlete's going to fall all the way down. I mean, like Deshaun's doing currently right now. You know, we hope he can turn it, but it's mixed and matching right now. He really took the massage life over the football life. Ultimately, hey, Lewis, the weirdos took Deshaun's side. Ultimately. But when this was high, held, and steamed, the Texans were getting every blow for it. You know what I'm saying? The Texans were getting labeled as the worst organization in football and throw them out of the roof. And they messed up D-Hop and Deshaun Watson at the same time. Like, they were getting flack for it.
Yeah, you can't let the Texans off the hook for this. Yeah, they rebounded. They did great this year.
You can't let them off the hook and things that they were doing, but you see a lot of franchises in the league cater to their favorite players. See that.
Off the hook for what? We can't let Texans off the hook for what?
The whole thing was, if I'm not mistaken, Two was talking about how people were saying how the Texans kind of let them out there kind of, to dry, hang out to dry, so to speak. And a lot of people feel like that they should have taken this break. And I think we talked about it on here.
They let Watson out to dry?
Yeah. At the beginning.
The info was there. What were they? They saw the info. They did their research and was like, yeah, bounce.
Right, but a lot of people feel like they wronged them when they did that. I wasn't in that bus.
Yeah. So only because people who are out there don't know that they saw the information, or them themselves haven't seen enough information and they're saying he hasn't been convicted yet, or he hasn't been. I mean, so that maybe that's why. But like at the end of the day, most people were like, "Yeah, fuck this guy."
And they didn't really have to drive. Deshaun ended up saying he going to bounce. Like the Texans had Deshaun's back through all of it, to the point where they was paying for these masseuses that Deshaun Watson was getting masseuses by.
So in from where I'm coming from, I actually think the real thing that Texans deserve slack for is before he got caught. The covering it up, if they did any of that, or adding to this, knowing the rumors and letting that happen. After the fact, I think they handled it right. I think beforehand, it's definitely where the Texans fucked up. Like, you can't, like, you hearing all these rumors, you got to do something.
Back to the original statement when we first started this segment, this is why Cleveland is Cleveland. All this we just talked about transpired, but they still do that.
They were like, that's the guy, though.
Out there.
He's the next one. We need a savior, and it's him. It's the sexual harassment guy. He's gonna save us.
The sexual harassment guy.
He's football Trump. He's football Trump.
Yeah. So the next date, the 27th of this month through the 4th of March. One of my favorite parts of the offseason at Lucas Oil Field in Indy. NFL scouting combine. Then we got.
They love being in Indy. It's always in Indy.
It's always in Indy. They've been trying to get it to move around, but it's always been the Indy. Not that bad of a city.
I mean, like you said,
I love that downtown.
You look at All-Star games and all that stuff. I mean, you seen the All-Star game the other day. Indy as a city, you see other people in other cities during, special events, and it's kind of loud. Indy, like you said, might be a kind of space where it's just relaxing, not too much attention on the prospects that are participating in the combine, and just overall chill. That's why you don't want to move anywhere. Because when you say move, then people want to move into exciting places. Maybe they just want to be calm.
Right.
It's a small market.
My next favorite part of the off season after the combine is starting on March the 11th through the 13th at 4 p.m. is when teams are permitted to contact and enter into contract negotiations with the agents and the players of unrestricted free agents. And then then at 4 p.m. the mad dash starts as for free agency starts on the 13th.
We're gonna be dropping that money.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of moves. I think a lot of moves are gonna happen real quick.
The draft,
Love it.
April 25th through the 27th in Detroit, Michigan.
It seems closer than I expected.
I know, it's right around the corner, man. We're damn near in March.
Bucks and Evans fall on a deal, and Bucks got a $7 million cap hit because they didn't reach a deal today. Evans to Indy, let's go. Hey, I feel like Evans will be in the AFC South, but I don't think it will be Indy.
I think so. I think it'll be in Houston.
I think Houston, but I just been saying that forever. I'm probably not going to change my mind, even if somebody says, "Oh, he's definitely going to Indy." Right? I still think he's going to go to Houston, but it'll be smart. Pittman's obviously a guy that can hit the free agent market. More likely you're gonna let him see the market, you know what I'm saying? And if you go get Evans in return of, it helps Anthony Richardson out, you know what I'm saying? You get a veteran guy, that can help you through your QB journey, your rookie year. We don't know if we're gonna count that as a rookie year that you had last year.
I wonder what Evans is gonna do in terms, like, is he gonna chase the bag or is he gonna chase winning? We questioned ourselves about that earlier in the season. Is he going to go for the bag, or is he going to go for a team that he can probably go get another run at a championship or contend for a championship with? That is tricky. Man, have a championship. He could do that. I agree, Lewis. Keep Pittman and get Evans. It would make no sense to get Evans and let Pittman go. The point is to have them both for your rookie or your young quarterback.
You said to keep Pittman and Evans?
Yeah, like if otherwise you're just replacing him with an older model who's still probably better right now, but he's definitely the older model, and you don't really make your team all that much better. Just having one of them.
Interesting.
Question: does Pittman want to stay in Indy? I would want to stay in Indy. What has Indy not done for you in your tenure there?
Who, Pittman? How about quarterback until now?
No. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying in general for him. For him.
Yeah, they gave him no quarterback for the first.
I mean, granted, no quarterback, but now you have one. Yeah. So if he projects then, but even with the sloppy QB play, there was 1 year where he was this down, but the other 2 years I believe he played, it's been decent years.
He seems to get better every year. I don't know.
And so I feel like you could stay, but I mean, hey,
Lewis says he loves India. I believe him.
Definitely got to weigh your options in this free agent market. You're going to be probably one of the top 5 free agents in the market, so you got to explore that. Got it.
So they're saying, I'm looking at the calculated market value for Mike Evans. They're saying $23.8 million, and they put him in the same earning range. Right behind the likes of Adams, Hill, Cup, and Diggs.
Luck did what? Not the team. Luck did that, not the team. Luck did what?
Anyway, put him in that position.
That's all he did.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think they should try to keep both. See what happens.
All right, so that's the dates.
You got Pittman and Evans, like Pittman on one side, Evans on the other side, Downs in the slot. That's a dangerous team.
And you already signed your running back.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but also then they 3 consecutive years put what Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, fucking.
Yeah. Hey, yo, don't do that though. Don't just make my man Phillip Rivers, dog.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not going for the slander of Nick Foles and Matt Ryan. Yeah. I'm not going for the slander of if he had to go to Sunny Buffalo on that Sunday. Phillip Rivers would have did better with that cold seat.
I don't care what you're gonna allow because the bottom line is he was 90 when he was playing for them. Like I don't care.
My man was slinging them. Dang, future Hall of Famer Phillip Rivers, baby.
He was slinging it to the wrong team. Like, nah, Phillip actually wasn't terrible. He just couldn't get down the field. That was the problem. Like he had no more arms. So
that's true.
In fact, they all kind of had that problem. Who did they have? So what was it fucking? They had Matt Ryan at one point.
So they following the luck departure, they got Phillip Rivers. Then the next year, I think they got Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, that's the one. And then
Matt Ryan.
No, also Jacoby Brissett year. Yeah, they gave him a bunch of nothing. So, but now they got a real quarterback, and I think they got a lot to build towards now. They got their back locked up after that whole thing. He just got to stay healthy now.
Hold on, I'll be real with you. We talk about NFC South with Pittman here. We're talking about Pittman. Now, we heard Lewis say he may stay in Indy. Mm-hmm. I say he's going to explore the market.
He'll explore.
Would he think of going to Tennessee?
Why?
Nah.
Why would you?
I'm just speaking on the market. I'm just speaking on the market. He's gonna be one of the top free agents in the market. If Tennessee's gonna throw you money,
I know. Listen, you always do this. You always do this, and I need to ask you something. Why do you do this?
Yes, because I have to explore that.
I didn't even ask the question, and you're answering it. The question is, why do you all like? What when you ask that question, like, could he go there? The question you got to ask yourself is, why would he?
We just mentioned a bunch of QBs and his tenure being hurt.
And now Anthony Richardson, all they have is Will Levis, unproven.
Hey, unproven, but he ain't leave the field hobbled and injured. Like I'm just speaking on him. If he wants,
that's fine. Hey, that's fine. I agree. But if he leaves, it's not going to be for.
I'm only speaking of I'm not speaking. I'm only speaking of the open market and teams that may have money for you. That's why I'm speaking his name.
And there's plenty of teams that have money for him that don't have Will Levis as their quarterback. I don't know why. Like that's career suicide to pick that team.
I mean, it's not really career suicide. If Levis comes up and then you get a number one guy there, then it's a win-win.
That's a big if for a
big
guy.
if.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big if for him if he hits the free agent market anyway, whoever team he signed with.
Right.
He can sign with a new team.
Not necessarily.
You change it.
Yeah,
the big if is if Will Levis will be good versus another team that has a quarterback that's already good. It would be a weird move. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't understand why he would do that to himself.
We got to think of the free agent market. People got to think of the free agent market is people don't sign with the best teams in free agency. No, the lower tier guys that get the less money sign with the good team because that's what's money left. We're thinking about top guys at each position. Yeah. May go sign with bum teams. And that's what I speak on when free agents are going into the market. He might stay with Indy. Indy might franchise him. I named the Titans because
as a receiver,
what they're structured as right now.
As a receiver, yes, you're going to choose whatever gives you the biggest bag. But also, the number one consideration you have to make is who's throwing you the ball. Because you want another contract, and you're not going to get another good one if it's a bum behind center.
So how old is he now? 30, right? Or about to be 30?
Who?
Evans.
Oh, Evans. Yeah, Evans, I think, is 30, 31. He's either 30 or 31.
So right now, he's made about $110 million over his year. Ain't counting him in his pockets by any means.
And he's won a ring.
He's won a ring, but at this age and time, he may be more worried about what his legacy is. And now, what is he on right now?
So
consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
Right. He gonna chase a quarterback. He's not gonna chase the bag.
I'm speaking about Pittman. I'm not speaking about Evans.
But it's the same thing for Pittman as well. Like he doesn't have the legacy part.
Oh no, Evans is different. He's already on a pedestal. 1,000-yard seasons. I can see a motherfucker like him going to a QB that's gonna make sure he's good at 1,000 yards.
Right.
Pittman's a little different.
Yeah,
a little different.
It's even worse with Pittman because Pittman really needs a quarterback moving forward to get another contract after this.
I can see Pittman could go somewhere, somebody that kind of got kind of an upstart situation. He's not the focal point on the team. Got some cap space. Somebody like Chicago Bears.
They could use the help. They could use the help.
Depending on what they do with their top pick.
But even then, again, if I'm picking off a scratch, like I'm sitting here, if I'm Pittman, yeah, I'm looking at the top 5 teams who give me the biggest bag, and I'm taking the best quarterback in city out of that one.
You know what those are?
Who that?
Commanders, 83 million in cap space.
Wolf.
Patriots, 73 million in cap space. Titans,
Wolf.
72 million. Chicago,
Wolf.
70 million.
Wolf.
And stand with the coach, 66.3 million.
So it makes the most sense to just stay home. It really does. Every team that's going to give him, that might give him more than the Colts give him, are trash with like quarterback situations that you can't trust. I mean,
an organization that you really don't know much about.
At best, I would say maybe the Bears, because you believe in Caleb Williams. They both went to USC, I believe.
But at the same time, Caleb can come in there. It can't go as planned.
And then you're stuck for 4 years.
And Eberflus is out of there.
Yeah. And you stuck for 4 years then. So, yeah, it's a tricky situation. For him, if I'm Pittman, I stay home. We know who our guy is.
Yeah.
And he can throw down the field. And they're going to pay me a huge bag. It'll be fascinating. I love free agency because people can go anywhere.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mike Evans, I like Mike Evans to the Chiefs. Mike Evans to the Jets. He just saw what happened. He's not going to do that again. He's not going to risk. Like, you think Aaron Rodgers' Achilles is going to be stronger next year? Like, it's not. So,
he's what, 41?
Yeah, he's old. He's old.
He might give you, I'm going to say he might give you 12 games tops this year, if that.
Yeah, I can see that. And that might be the end of his career.
Yeah. Rumor mill.
Who?
Rumor mill. I saw this one, and I thought to myself, there's no way in hell this is possible. But allegedly, players of the Steelers have politics for Mason Rudolph to be QB1. What have we come to, Pittsburgh?
Oh, this makes. So the players are saying this, you're saying? Or the fans?
Yes, it's the rumors.
Oh, this makes sense.
It's the rumors.
This makes sense. This makes sense as in they're harmlessly backing their guy. Like, you can say that all you want. They're not going into next season with Mason Rudolph at quarterback at the starter. So you can say it all you want, and now you look good with the homies and the team, and everybody's like, "Yay, we love each other." But like,
so they politic.
No way they want that. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. They want it off season QB1, Mason Rudolph. And I can see why they petitioned it for him. I can see why they petitioned it for him in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, when Mason Rudolph played this season, I'm like, he's still on the team.
Yeah, that's
but I'm guessing after the whole incident with Myles Garrett, I can see why teammates probably want him on the team. Not the QB1 probably, but on the team. And he might just be better than Kenny Pickett because of that. Not in terms of statistical anything. It's crazy. They're petitioning real talk for another QB. Just keep Mason in the loop.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's less. But also, I think this is less about we love Mason and more about we don't fuck with Pickett. Get him out.
Right, exactly.
That's true. So, next rumor I saw, it's not much of a rumor, but it made the rounds. What do you think about 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, saying that the NFL should make holding penalties 5 yards so refs can call it more fairly?
Yeah, the fact that it's an automatic first and fucking it's too. I think it's automatic first, but yeah, it's
no, depending on the holding call. I think they have what? They have a 10-yard penalty, and then like the automatic first if it's like during like if they're like
if the ball's in the air or something. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is that that's probably a good idea. But even then, like I don't think people realize and it's crazy that Watt of all people said this. I understand that he's a defensive end, which he got held probably the most of anybody ever, but I don't think he realizes that it's not a game if they call it like that. It's just going to be a flag every play.
No, it's just going to be, and it's going to rake more into the sport.
How are you going to get a quarterback killed? And then
that part, which is the money maker of the league.
Right. So like,
they're not going to let that happen.
One of the two things will happen. Either you'll just have a whole team like hold all the way back till they're done and it's got a punt, or you're just going to get a quarterback murdered. Yeah,
it gives the offense, to me, it kind of gives the offense more of an advantage. And what other more advantages do they need?
Well,
5 yards?
Well, if you call more holding, it's not an advantage for the offense.
If you're going to have Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl every year, you don't want to change that holding call. For good or worse.
They hold a lot.
Yeah, they do.
It's crazy, man. But nah, man. Shout out to Cuz, man. Cuz, man, put your stamp on the lie. At least Cuz not coming out talking about the game is soft, the game is whack now, and he was the reason why it happened. I mean, so shout out to my cousin, man.
Hey.
Shout out to Cuz.
We ain't taking strays at Brady. Cut that out. I know what
you're doing. Taking strays.
I know what you're doing.
Hold on, Will. Speaking of that, man. Speaking of that, I have a little. It's not a rumor mill, but it's something that hit the airwaves this week. Tom Brady was on a podcast. Got the name of the podcast, and he spoke a little bit about Belichick, saying that he would have never signed another contract to play under Belichick. Now, I mean, obviously, we kind of know the situation between the two guys. You know what I'm saying? One is one guy and one's the other guy. But when it came to team, you know what I'm saying? They put everything together to win some. You've seen as years started to go by, started to see the divide and the difference between the two. But it was interesting that Brady just screaming that, you know what I'm saying? Along with Belichick.
Brady's always going to be upset. He's always going to be upset that for that 1 or 2 years, Bill had a side chick.
Jimmy G.
He had Jimmy G. He had a side chick. And Brady, that don't seem like
Brady.
Yeah. And look, I can't blame him for that, but also, like, Brady, you got to realize something. I understand that you are the GOAT, but that doesn't mean – I used to say the same thing about when Max Kellerman said he was going to fall off a cliff. Max Kellerman shouldn't have got killed for that. All Max Kellerman was saying is what's happened every fucking time in the history of football.
Father Time is undefeated.
However, he was unaware that there happened to be a guy who at least could take Father Time into the 15th round. And he did every bit of that. Yep. Saw that happen. And basically, Bill was on the same shit. He was like, look, I know you're still good, but I also know, like, how this whole shit is working. I don't know if we're going to be – hey, maybe he even thought, I don't even know if we're going to be able to keep you upright into your mid-40s. Maybe you get hurt. You're that old. Yes, you're still playing at a high level, but, like, we don't know. So
any hit can be the last hit.
What Bill did, I don't blame him for. Everyone tries to kill Bill. Oh, you ran Brady out of town. Like, he did what any smart GM would do with an aging quarterback. Montana had to go.
He finished his career in Kansas City.
So, and because they had who? They had another guy who was ready to go. And that's what Bill tried to do. He just didn't realize how powerful Brady was. Brady went upstairs, talked to Kraft. Next thing we know, Belichick is being petty and trading Jimmy for like nothing. He could have got way more for him, and he traded him for basically nothing.
Oh man, listen here, man. We talk about Jimmy. We talk about domino fall. We went from Brady to Garoppolo, but then we hear some things over the weekend about Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo. First off, we've been talking about during the season if the Raiders would end up keeping him or not. I predicted that he's going to be smoked and burnt toast.
Yeah, he's gone.
The weekend
already gone.
Kind of put me on top of that as Jimmy G suspended 2 games for PED. Suspended some games. I don't know how many games, probably 3 or 4 for PED use. 2 games for PED use. See, Belichick, your side chick, got caught with the drugs. Your main guy never got caught with the drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Just got caught with everything else.
Well, and now we speak on it. Jimmy G, and honestly, Jimmy G's been kept around the league not only because of what he did in New England, just because of the way he carries himself off the field. No trouble, nothing like that. He want to go fuck snow bunnies in the ranch. He can go do that. He's old man. But other than that, he hasn't done nothing crazy at all. Is this the end? With injuries and all that, is this the end of Jimmy G as we all know it?
No, that's how bad the position is.
As a starter, I would say I'm leaning towards yes, but not for his career. He's still a serviceable backup.
Somebody gonna pay him starting money.
Matt is about to have a game. 2026 come out.
Somebody gonna do it.
Washington.
Madden 25 is coming out soon, and they're gonna have a My Career where they're gonna have a QB mentor QBs, and I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo fits that mold. He can mold a QB. Bring him to a team as a backup and have him mold whoever you draft. You just mentioned the Commanders; they might go after a QB this year. Maybe Jimmy G can mold that quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Or another scrub team. Maybe he can go back to New England and mold Luke May or somebody. I don't know. Maybe in that case,
I wouldn't be shocked. Honestly, this is the exact type of guy Belichick goes after. First of all, he's already been in the system. He knows what we do here. Second of all, you're going to get him for dirt cheap. He's a PED user with a 2-game suspension. Third of all, he's always hurt. Like that. This says Belichick all over it, but he's not there anymore. So, so it won't happen.
Gonna see, man. Jimmy G won the game, man.
So this one was kind of I kind of saw it, but this is the first domino of of this team having to make hard decisions, and kind of to the benefits of Tuke and myself. But Brandon Ayuk is a free agent this year.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now the difference between this time for him versus the other ones in the past is their GM, Hall of Famer John Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
When Nick Bosa was trying to come up for his money, he was quoted as saying, each of us are wanting the same thing. We'll be able to come to an agreement. Okay? Fair. Franchise defensive end at the time. Then, with Deebo Samuel two years ago when his money came up, I'm sure we'll find a way to get that done. It's been budgeted for. All right. That seems fair. Now that Ayuk is around, he was quoted as saying, you have to prioritize all these things. Veterans who are paid very well, and making it all work financially was one of the big puzzles that make it easier because Brock Purdy is on a relatively low rookie contract. Now they're pitching pennies now. Do you agree with him not getting his money?
Yeah, they can't pay him. Unless he takes a team-friendly deal, they can't really do it. We've already seen that. Which you won't. So, and that's fine. Unfortunately, you got to just let him walk. In a normal situation with this cap situation, probably they would have probably traded him at the deadline, but they definitely needed him for the run they were about to go on. So obviously they kept him. But they might still do it, but I don't think they should. I think they should be thinking, especially if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm thinking I can recreate that guy outside. I can get another guy. I can recreate that. I can draft somebody and recreate that.
Oh, he's walking. You know how much he's made over his career already?
Yeah, nothing.
12 and a half years.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, so he's going to walk. And it's fine because the deal that he's going to ask for, he actually played his way out of San Fran specifically this year because he played so well this year.
He was their number one.
Right. And with that, you're not going to be able to. But see, that's the thing. He's a faux number one. He's a number one, but only because they don't decide to line Debo up out there. They use him differently. I think Debo is really their number one option.
Now Debo's their number one, and and the way they play and the way they want to last, they don't want nobody overshadowing that. Not when Debo's on the field playing ball, man. I heard his brother. His brother was on Instagram, social media, speaking on the dislike that his brothers had for San Fran over the last few months. He actually tweeted out, so happy the season's over. Big bro can finally be out of this shit, this and that. You know, thank you, San Fran, but you know what I'm saying? Bro want to go other places. So a lot of big time did that he wants to go, you know, and if I'm Brandon Ayuk, I've earned that opportunity. If I want to go squeeze the market, I'll go out there and go do that. You know what I'm saying? It may not be San Francisco-ish. Team's done a lot of good things to get you in position where you're at, but hey, man,
That's
shine, brother, shine. And we talk about the bag in the situation, either the bag or, you know, contend for championships. Hey, this young man hasn't got the bag.
No, he's going for the bag.
He's going for the bag.
No, because he's never got one. That makes sense.
He got to get the bag. So go get the bag, man.
Here's the other thing that I asked. From the Ayuk side, we just agreed 100%. He's going after the bag no matter what. So either they're going to pay him or he's gone, which I understand that's exactly what he should do. But from the San Fran side, the way I'm looking at it, if I'm San Fran, is, are you really a number one, or are you a guy who never gets doubled? Because even as a number one, you're like the third option on this team. At very best, you're the third option, maybe even fourth, because you got Kittle, Debo, and McCaffrey probably ahead. The reason why I said 3 and not 4th is because they definitely use him more than they use Kittle. I talk about this all the time. I hate how they use Kittle. So they use him more than they use Kittle. But yeah, if you were going to use them all equally, he's 4th. He's 4th. So we're not paying you number one money to just be a guy who beats single press. We can find a guy who could beat single coverage.
That's a good point. Next up, with the recent changes in Seattle and the reports that Bobby Wagner won't be back, what do you think he goes next? Washington?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I want to talk more about the team than I do even want to talk about him. And the thing I want to talk about is at this point last year, we were talking about how they're really actually set up to move forward and bridge this gap between when they had a dynasty to when they'll be good again. They actually had a way to bridge this gap, and we thought they were going to do it. And in just a
season, dropped the ball.
They decided that he was no good no more as a coach. They moved off from Pete Carroll, and the Geno experiment is probably over. And now we don't know what this, and now Wagner's out like this. We don't know what this team is going to be now when we actually had a good idea of where they were going. This is a wild situation. As far as Wagner, again, this is the age-old question for every free agent. What do you value? Do you want to win again, or do you want to get paid again? He can get paid again.
I want to say he wants to win again because I think over the last 2 years, he's made like a combined $12 million.
Yeah.
He was what, all pro just 2 years ago?
Yeah. People don't fall off slowly, but yes.
That's true. What did he have this past year? I know he had
he still looked good, honestly.
Last year he had 96. So he did have a decline.
Yeah.
He had 96 solo tackles.
Last year?
Yeah.
Woohoo. Such a decline. That's how nice that guy is. That 96 tackles is a decline for him. Oh, he's a bum now. Only 96. Get him the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
It's good to be great, man.
Didn't they have a thing with Geno Smith too? So the team they have to sign Geno Smith to a certain point, or else he get more bread or something, or saying that too.
He just got paid this last offseason.
Yeah, what was it? I think a 3-year deal, but I think you can get out of it every year. You can get out of it every year.
Yeah.
So with no money, I think no money.
It's incentive laden. It's beneficial to him and the team. He produces, he get paid. If not, the team can walk away.
Oh yeah, they're gonna let him collect $12.7 million
to be
on this contract that's set to become fully guaranteed, and it became guaranteed on Friday. So he'll be getting the rest of that bread.
So they didn't make a move. So their plan must be, we're riding with Geno. We're going to draft the quarterback and see if we can mold, and he'll be the bridge. That's got to be the move.
They can trade him before March. I doubt they trade him, so I think he'll be with Seattle, like you said. Will they'll go get a quarterback? They'll wait. They'll mold him. If Geno Smith fails and does horribly, that QB will be playing next season.
Now, if somebody comes up with a stupid offer. Looking at you, Cleveland. The then yeah, they probably move him.
So what do you think about? Okay, so we're talking about people being moved. This guy has a pretty hefty contract that's looming, and is about to get ready to vest. If he's not moved in about a month, and that's Russell Wilson. What do the Broncos do with him?
Yeah, they gotta get out from under that. That's terrible.
So he already sold the Denver mansion.
He sure did.
Sold the Denver mansion. That's one step, man. So we can see here. He's gonna be traded. I mean, our question and answers will come soon. Who is he gonna go to? Because like I said, I don't necessarily thought. I just think it was another move by him that, I mean, I'm going to say Wifey. I'm going to put Wifey in here. Wifey wasn't with that move. And Wifey probably was looking at him like, I was right about this move. You took that money. You took that bread. Absolutely. But it wasn't the right move. I can see his next destination being somewhere where Wifey wants to be at.
Atlanta.
Somewhere where she can feel like she can make some dollars in what she wants to do too. And this has always been like this. Even when he was about to move out of Seattle, they was thinking of destinations that suit her, like New York and, like Atlanta, like, because, hey, she wants to, it sucks though, the way it's going down. But hey, if I'm teams right now, hey, why not Russell? Why not sign Russell? If you can, you get him.
He's still deemed as a starter by a lot of teams, I would assume.
I assume it's because of what he's being paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also he can still play. He actually had a pretty good beginning to the season, and people, like a middle piece of the season, he was playing pretty well. But yeah, like I think Washington would be a good place for him. But I feel like we say that about every quarterback who's going to leave a team. We're like Washington, and it's just like, yeah, no one else has worked there, so why would we think that the next guy will? But I think they got good pieces over there.
I would agree with that.
Who is?
Hey yo, hold on.
Who's coaching?
I'm gonna be an asshole. This is an asshole thought. This is not a real thought, so don't take it to any salt. Gino for Russell.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that.
Crazy.
It's funny you say that because I was asking why. Who's coaching Seattle? Because I was thinking the same Gino for Watson situation that they were talking about with the other one. That might make a little more sense for Seattle than it does anybody else, but still. But yeah, you're right. Just
do all that shit. You fucked up your whole franchise, fucked up the money flow for everything, trade everything. Yeah. Well, no, actually, no. Seattle received a lot from that. So it actually wouldn't be. Oh, shit. Listen here. And Denver said we got rid of him. Yeah. Then we kind of labeled Denver how we was looking at labeling Houston earlier as a dumb franchise. Listen here. There's going to be a lot of excitement going down this NFL offseason, man. A lot of bullshit than we might have thought would happen. But there's going to be a lot of bullshit that goes on this offseason.
I keep forgetting where the Commanders pick. They're not going to. Yeah, they're not going to. Yeah, they're not going to sign a QB. They're going to draft one. So.
Yeah, they're not going to go get Russell. Hell no.
Not unless he walks there like as a free agent, then they use him to bridge whoever they sign.
What does Joey Bosa go?
Dallas.
Really think so?
I think it's a super Jerry Jones move.
That's his way of saying we're going all in.
Because people are questioning what the business is right now with him and where we're going where the team's going. So yeah, I can see him going to Dallas if they could afford it. But even then, it's wild because, like I said, like it's just a lot of money they're gonna have to dish out soon. But you put him on the other side of Parsons, and it's gonna be trouble.
I'm gonna be real with you. His top three, I'm gonna say top three teams. I'm gonna say top three teams in my mind, and none of them Dallas. Number 3, Kansas City.
See it.
Number 2, Will's favorite place, New England. And number 1, I can see him going
with his brother
to team up with his brother.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Oh wait, no. We're talking about Joey, right? He's on the Chargers. Yeah, so he. Yeah. He'll probably go to San Fran. I agree. And they got a hold there because they're probably gonna let Young walk.
Young and Gregory.
Oh, Gregory too. Damn. So they need it. Yeah. Put him with his brother. That'll be fun to watch.
They
5.
they would treat Reynolds.
Huh?
Young and Gregory were cheap Reynolds.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gregory though, man. Shout out to my man Gregory, man. I mean, I don't think he should never left Dallas, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Gregory. He had a couple good signs in some games. Shout out to my man.
No love for that. No love for that dude here. He kick rocks
with flip flops.
With flip flops. So this one, it's not a player, but it's NFL related because I kind of like this cat. But his contract just expired with ESPN. Ryan Clark. Our offer is on the table, and ESPN is waiting to hear from him.
He might end up doing too well with the pivot to even care about.
That's what I'm thinking. Too.
I say that too because I'm be real with you. And there's no shot at Pat McAfee because he's doing an awesome job what he's doing, and he deserved all the bread he got from ESPN. But
right.
They basically already threw to you, Ryan Clark, that this guy is the guy for our football novelties. We'll keep all the OGs and all that, the people that ain't really worth no money, the Dan Orlovskis, you know what I'm saying, the rest of them. Straight. Yeah, Ryan, it kind of will, and I mean we'll see. We'll hear about the dollar value and all that if he does sign with ESPN. But like you guys said, I think Ryan can go all by himself. The pivot has made some good progress. You know, him branching out has made good progress. I would like to see it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that he wouldn't be there on ESPN no more because when a few people go out of line, you know, he's the guy that can go and really check the asses. You know, we don't have a bad issue. We don't say nothing bad about Ryan Clark, but it's gonna be interesting to see where that falls, where he goes.
Yo, Chris, you got an obsession with Taylor Swift. Every comment is a Taylor Swift comment. Get it together, bro.
What do you think?
Talk about that skeleton.
Fields ends up at
Justin Fields.
Yes, sir.
Crazy one. He's the most confusing move, in my opinion, in this offseason. I don't know where he's going to end up. I really don't.
Yeah.
My petty meter with him is this high.
You what?
That's how my petty meter is with him.
We have to look. I'm feel like this in this spectrum. We probably,
he's not good, or
we're not signed.
I want to see him succeed wherever he goes if Chicago moves him.
Oh, so you want the petty meter is about how much you want Chicago to suffer for how they treated him.
Yeah, they treated the kid pretty bad.
Yeah, I feel you.
To the point,
I like that.
Depending on what team he goes to, I may go buy a jersey.
Ooh. See, he's working on his third team.
I'm still under
the NFC.
I'm still under the notion that everybody says the Bears treated him bad. It was just a bad situation for both parties, man. Yeah, this guy entering. I know the Bears suck. We're not saying the Bears suck.
We're not giving him no breaks here.
Justin Fields was a guy in the draft, according to the prospects, a top draft pick. They're looking for a fucking QB. Your ass gets fit over there. You didn't go into these prima donna shit. Oh, I don't want to go there. You wanted a job. You wanted to be a QB in the league. 3-4 years later, it's not working out. The Bears say one season they want you, they don't want you, they want you, they don't want you. Yes, we do hope and pray that he's moved, and the team that he's moved to shows a little bit more faith in him than the last team.
It's past faith.
But he's just gonna end up going to a team where he was better than their last QB. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna do much better for the team.
Look,
maybe he's just what he is.
Does he have some blatant holes in his game? Yes, but I think they can be fixed through coaching. He's had 2 head coaches and 3 offensive coordinators in the first 4 seasons of his career. It's been and then he only had a real receiver for 1 season,
a season and a half,
if that. Yeah. So and then also no line and no running game. What we're not gonna do. We can definitely say that Fields had some struggles on the field. What we're not gonna do is not pretend like it's not all the Bears' fault. It is.
I just remember the few Bears games that I did watch. I tried to watch as many as I could, and every time I watched them, I watched this dude. It reminded me. I'm not saying his career's going to turn up like it,
Yeah.
but the way he was getting beat the hell up reminded me of when
David
Aikman
Carr.
first got to Dallas.
Ooh, Aikman. Ooh. Yeah, he
Where
got
he
beat up
was-
too.
Where you can see he has some potential, but it was just no help there. And all I saw was his linemen, instead of blocking, they were there to pick him up off the ground. Time after time and time again.
Yeah, I feel like he'll be more respected, man, in Atlanta. I mean, the respect factor plays a long way. Respect of a player. I just feel like the Bears never respected him. I hope that he goes to whatever team he goes to next, because he's definitely gonna be on a new team.
Yes, Chris.
I hope that they treat him a lot better, which would make him look a little bit much better. But I don't think it's like top 5 or top 10 better. I just think it's just good enough to have a decent NFL career. I don't know.
That's all we're wishing for. Just don't get the man killed. Let him play. Also, yes, Chris, we see you. You were the first to say that he will play for Atlanta, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth person to say it. Well done. You're on record, I promise.
Justin,
Flip it.
Chris, week 6. We don't want Justin Fields no more.
I think if you get the right coordinator, he'll ball with them because they have a bunch of talent everywhere. So I would like that too. Imagine the read option play. The read option with him and Bijan, and then if you decide to keep it and you run the RPO, and then you have London and Pitts out there, yeah, that's a dangerous team. You just got to get him to not hold the ball for 30 minutes. This is literally his biggest problem was quick reads and holding the ball too long because he wanted to make a play. So he's going to stop doing that. I think a coach can get that out of him.
Booker T 5 times.
A coach can get out of it. And what is the specialty of a coach that he has right now?
I don't know. What is it?
He's a DC.
Oh, Eberflus. I thought Flus. Yeah. Oof, rough.
Yep.
Not good. However, that being said, when they fired their OC, he started playing better.
True.
I don't know who was calling the plays at that point.
Shit, man. Hey, in this new world, in this new era, man, you might as well fire. Hey, this is what I'm saying. I'm just basing this off of Josh Allen, because Josh Allen did the same exact thing. Shit, fire the OC, make the playbook mine, and what I want to do somewhat, and we can work this out. And Fields kind of went through this. I hope that he has a decent career, man. I don't want to down Fields like this. I don't want to do him like that. But after seeing C.J. Stroud do what he did, and I don't think it's going to be a bump step off his upbringing. Ohio State's got their QB of the future in the league. I don't think it's Justin Fields. I'm gonna play the card. No, I don't know, man.
I think your concerns are very realistic and understandable. Like what you're saying makes sense because what we've
seen, man. Why Justin, man? Damn, man.
What we've seen hasn't been great, but I just think that we've seen a few things that say, like, yo, the right coaching, you might at least have at the very worst, with the right coaching, you have one of the best athletes in the league at the quarterback.
He's flashed. It's moments where, like, okay, he might got it, but he does regress. But then,
and this is the thing I say, and this sucks. Hey, scream at me if you want to. But I feel like every fucking single QB in this fucking era has a chance to flash. No, and it sucks that I'm saying that because you got a million fucking quarterbacks on the bench that you hope don't play, but the way it is nowadays, people come out and play. Everybody's a flash.
No, you're right because it's a quarterback-friendly as shit era. So you're right about that.
I'm just like, damn. With Justin, it's like, damn.
But you have to have the right coaches, though. You're not going to flash without the right coaches. I love your demeanor on this entire conversation.
It sucks, though. I don't want to be that guy. I don't. I hold him in a higher light than the Teddy Bridgewater's, the Geno Smith. I hold him in a higher light than this.
For sure.
He might end up being worse than him.
Your demeanor.
I don't want that to happen.
Your demeanor is making me laugh because I know exactly what it is that you're feeling. Because I feel it too. I'm just trying not to feed into it. I don't want to be that wolf.
This is the case. We're gonna put it like this on here. We try to hold the black stick a little bit for Justin Fields, man. Let me be real with you. We try to hold the stick a little bit. I'm gonna hold it for one more season. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it for Justin.
Man.
But that's how much we appreciate you, Justin. How much we love you. You know what I'm saying? Because if this was fucking, if we just talk about Levis right now, Levis is doing this shit. You know, we say kick his ass out, bang, tear his ass, first down.
The reason why I won't give up on him is because of Lamar. I don't. In the first couple seasons of their careers, despite the stats will tell you, I don't see that Lamar was a vastly better passer than Fields. I think he just had a better situation with a coach playing into the things that he was good at early.
Yep.
That's all. And then once that coach had reached his peak in terms of what he can get out of Lamar, they got rid of him and they moved on to a better coach.
Yep.
Which we didn't even believe at first, but Monken did all right this year.
He did.
He did all right. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. He did, right. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. He stayed healthy. I think there's a reason that you can believe if you get the right coach, there's no reason Fields can't do what Lamar's doing.
Valid point.
That being said, Lamar is better, but
this guy, we've talked about him before. He's a lot of talent, he's a younger player. Tank Dell. They say they expect for him to be ready for OTAs.
Oh, happy for that man. That man was on a fucking tear. He wasn't going to guarantee to win it. In fact, he had no chance of winning it because there was another guy in his position doing better. But he was in the running at least for rookie of the year.
Yeah,
he was making plays out there. So and he's on a dope young team, like a really fun team to watch with a fun, humble but like good quarterback. Like that, the sky is wifey should be happy as shit right now, bro. Because
I low key hate it, but I love it for her.
I know, bro. I know because they look good.
How wifey feel? How wifey feel that my man Stroud had to give Emma Rose a ride to the crib the other day?
yo, I know what she feels. Stay away.
Okay.
Nope. Hey, CJ. I ain't mad at you, CJ. If you gotta bust it down for a few hours, go ahead. But that's all it better be. It better not be no more of a relationship.
Do you see what she did to Kanye?
We will not.
No. I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you. When he was with Amber, he's putting out the best music of his life. Was he left Amber? He left Amber.
He left his roots.
He supposed to be slapping that big. He supposed to be slapping that plastic booty. Ball head. Boy, you slapping that. But nah. CJ, hey, just don't put no ring on it. Just don't do that.
Man said he was popping the back of her head like a basketball.
Double dribble.
Oh, that's great imagery. Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Stupid.
Man.
That's crazy.
Let's see what we got.
But yeah, the Texans are dope moving forward. I like what they got going on.
Hey, yo, y'all think of Antonio Pierce earlier today, saying he's preparing already for the offseason, and he's preparing for one particular who's everybody's going to prepare for. You can only contain him, and that's Patrick Mahomes. He said he's going to prepare for Patrick Mahomes as if this was Jordan with the Jordan rules.
Get out of here with that
his Raiders team like they're the Pistons of the 80s.
hey, look, he's not wrong. And so what? The greatest get those calls. They changed the whole fucking league around when Brady got his ACL torn. They changed the whole league. So, yeah.
Shout out to Antonio Pierce.
Hey, it's the definition of don't hate the play, hate the game. It's the game's fault. That ain't Pat's fault. So, yeah. Playing like that. Yeah, playing like you're going to get held.
In flag football, you can't play like that, unfortunately, Antonio. It's not going to be able to happen. You can't go out there like the Detroit Pistons. You can't go out there like Sean Taylor. You can't go out there like the rugged defenses that we've seen in the past. Just can't do that. I don't know how you're going to schematically do that in the fair weather, dry style, but I hope that you're able, in your matchup next season, able to do what it is that you're trying to do.
Oh, look, all that tells me is he's going to invest heavily in the secondary because you're going to have to cover for a while because they're going to hold. It's going to happen. There's holding on every play. I hate when people start bitching about holding.
Hey, yo, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I know you heard my man Emmett. And you know I've been speaking all season about this podcasting world with active players that are still playing or still in their seasons. we have one guy in particular, Michael Parsons, who wanted to, during the season, have a podcast. And I said it was a fairly bad idea, and there was some perks and non-perks to it. But heard my boy Emmitt Smith say the other day, man, that my Dallas Cowboys act like they won something. They never won nothing. They need to start acting like they want to win something instead of basically being in the shadows of old-time champions and old-time school players of the Dallas Cowboys. And he mentioned the podcasting that's going on by one particular Michael Parsons. So I wanted to give a shout out to my man Emmitt on that, because me and Emmitt, I know me and Emmitt kind of think alike sometimes. And I'll write on the money with you, Emmitt, when you said that. F those podcasts for any sports label. Dog, you can do that in the summertime, your time off. You can do that. I'm not mad at you. But you're not going to be sitting here on podcasts. And it sucks. I don't even play on the team, so I shouldn't be that mad, right? This is my team I'm talking about. You can't be on podcasts while we trying to chase something. You cannot do that, man. And I'm going to keep on doing that. Being on that
the actual fact that he's doing it during the season or the perception that comes with it?
No, it's the fact that you're doing it during the season, bro. And your stats are not showing that you shouldn't be doing it. Like now, if you did a podcast and your stats were still the stats of Michael Parsons that you was getting through your rookie year and all that, I think people will kind of shy away from it. I'll still probably be acting about it because I can see where the podcast is affecting you more, being on the football field. But no, ultimately for me, man, it's him just doing it during the season while you're actually still playing. Like, I can't rock with that shit.
I got mixed feelings about him podcasting during the season. On one hand, it's like, I believe it's wise to have something else to distract your mind during the season because it can get too monotonous. Like it's too much of one thing, it can mess you up. So I don't mind him having another hobby. But the problem is, like you said, the perception of it, which is like it's just an unnecessary target. Because the truth is, it may very well have exactly no role or no effect on him at all. It may not be a problem at all. The problem is that if you're not tip top, it just gives something to aim at. It's something that like, you could be better. Stop fucking podcast. You put the battery in his back when you don't have to. Like that. That's what the podcasting does. You put the battery in his back and you don't have to. And the other thing is that so what is really a podcast, right? Like what's the point of the podcast? Now, is he doing the podcast to get his opinion out there? I mean, yeah, I guess, but he could also do that via Twitter, which is way shorter and doesn't take much time. So what is he really doing it for? Well, it would appear he's already planning for life after football, which is not a terrible thing for him, but it's not what your fans and team want to see.
Right. Not what the team is want to see. We did see him score 37 points in the celebrity game. Yeah. Dominating. Him and Nuka dominating the celebrity game.
Puka was over there hopping on niggas. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
For sure, man.
I'm gonna say this.
Stroud had the dad bod out there looking weird. You seen him on the court?
Yeah. They should average quarterback nowadays, though.
The good
one. You see Patrick Mahomes' belly.
Yeah. But
all the Jack ones are Will Levis and shit. So
I think speaking to what Tu said about Emmitt coming out and talking, I know over the Super Bowl you heard from Emmitt. You heard, Playmaker been talking all season. You heard from Darren Woodson. Yeah. A lot of the Cowboys from the past who kind of stay away a little bit. There's a couple of them who hang around as a star, but for the most part, they let them find their way. But something that Irvin said right after they got blasted out of here by Green Bay is they need to understand that once they came here, it's their job to add to the legacy that's already here. That's your responsibility. But a lot of the dudes get here and they feel like they've made it already. They got world-class facilities. They get treated like rock stars everywhere they go. So what's the motivation for them? There is none.
That's why you don't build a nightclub to play in.
That's true. That's true.
It's a problem. You showing them a life that if they live it, they're not going to be as good.
That's true. I agree.
No. He putting you on so that more people can see you do those likes. That's why the stadium was made. Not for you to be over here making podcasts. We should practice on the field.
But in the pursuit of money, you build a culture that is about money. And what is Parsons doing? A podcast that'll get him money.
Now,
it's part of the culture that's there.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, though. It is the culture, but it goes back to who's the leadership in their locker room. Right now, it appears that there is none. And it goes back to they've kind of put what's the saying? Putting the horse in front of the buggy.
Yeah. Cart before the horse, all that, yeah.
Back when Dallas was winning, everybody had their own talk shows, which is equivalent to the podcast we have right now. But they got that afterwards. Now, the one thing I have seen Micah do that I do like, because he does have a voice in the media, hopefully it helps him mold and become the leader that he probably should be as the best player and probably the highest paid player on the team, is he sticks up for his teammates. Because I do agree with him to an extent. Because of the visibility and of who they play for, there's a lot more scrutiny that comes with that. And also, the most recent one that he did with Stephen A, when he put some stuff into perspective about it wasn't all on Dak. You know how I feel about Dak. It wasn't all on Dak. The defense didn't do their part. They never should have put Dak in that position. That part about it, I have liked.
And here's the other thing too. Like, look, Parsons is this day and age. There's so much more interaction. So he built a platform for himself to maybe fight back with some of that stuff. Also, I have a very what you said was very interesting, Coach, about the responsibility. Well, that was Emmett who said it, about the responsibility to Dallas. There's a thing about this, though. I get that if you're a free agent who signs there or a guy who re-signs there. But that I don't agree with, like, the guy who gets drafted there has to worry about the history of this team. He didn't choose to be there. So, and also, I also think that's a fascinating take in general.
Do they not take advantage of the accolades of having that star in that helmet? There's a lot more things that afforded to them to have that star in the helmet.
But again, it just wasn't their what? They're supposed to not make the money that's offered to them in endorsements, stuff like that, because they're there. But again, they didn't choose to be there. I don't think in general, even with any player, I don't think it's anyone's responsibility to hold up like what this team has been over the year. Motherfucker, Jerry, you are too. You're the one who has to be responsible for what this team is. And you're not always. I mean, I'm not saying you don't take responsibility when they fail, but I'm just saying, like, you got to put the guys out there, the right guys. You got to pay the right guys.
Let's take New England out of the equation.
Yeah.
What are the franchises that you look at as far as you consider as marquee franchises historically?
Dallas, 49ers,
Green Bay,
Packers, Bears. Yeah.
Bears, yeah, but they're a little long in the two.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. They kind of had the one. Yeah, Pittsburgh's probably like number one over number two now.
All other than Chicago, what do all those franchises have in common? They've won, and their history has come over during different time frames because they understand what it means to be associated with that organization. And the guys welcome that. So y'all about to get ready to go through it here soon because of what y'all have done the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. Y'all are at the table now. Mm-hmm. And that's going to come back up as you get further away from it. You are going to be known as, we're the Patriots. We've got 6. We've been the franchise for 20 straight years. We were the ones to beat. In 20 years, we went to what? 10 Super Bowls. That's some pressure coming in. You got to understand when you walk through those doors, there's a certain level and expectations that's associated with being associated with that organization. Not that it's pressure that should be on them, but it's a sense of pride. It's the actual motivator because as you guys are now and you found out, whoever is on your schedule, when they see your name, they know you the marquee team. They're going to give you. That's their Super Bowl for that week. So you got to be ready to to bringing that on. And I think that's why Dallas is struggling now. That's why the Washingtons have struggled, is they've gotten away of who they were in the past.
Yeah. I guess I have a problem with the history of a franchise being your issue. It's not. I mean, look, I think that kind of goes out the window when the people who ran this shit aren't really there anymore. Like, the only guys left in New England from all of that is just Kraft. It's Kraft.
Right now.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you think Bill's coming out? I mean, you think Bill's coming back or Tom's coming?
No.
Like,
You never know who's
I mean,
going to leave.
but that's where it usually starts and ends, kind of like this. Like in this situation, like what Coach is saying is, before all these different players come and all this and that, you let Jimmy go, you only have Jerry. Jerry left. Now that makes Jerry into you won the championship. I said this a couple years ago too, and I said it on ice. And I just say shit sometimes and see if it comes true. I said Kraft is going to end up in a similar road like Jerry Jones. It's going to happen, and not because I want it to happen. It's because I kind of see the same formalities.
There's a fundamental difference, though. There's a fundamental difference. I understand, but there's a fundamental difference between Jerry and Kraft. Now, if you're saying he's going to turn into this, then I understand. I don't think he will. But the fundamental difference is Kraft, like, aside from the Jimmy G move, has literally made sure to stay the fuck out of dealings of what happens with the team. Like, stayed away. Jerry wants his hands in all of it. Jerry hires coaches.
But was that because of him or because Bill kept him at bay?
We won't know. We won't know till moving forward.
Because we didn't know shit about Jerry. While Jerry
I said Jerry kicked him out. No, he let homie go. And hold on. Stop making my point on this podcast. What did Robert Kraft do? What did he just do this season? What did he just do?
He fired his coach.
He got rid of his coach.
We're supposed to keep him forever?
No. I'm not saying that. But this guy that said, nah, I just said that. Jerry kicked Jimmy out the same way Kraft kicked him out. No matter motherfucking how many championships you won. He kicked this man out.
Right. When it's over, it's over. But the difference is who you hire and how you hire.
Hold on. Jimmy got kicked out off wax, off winning the title.
Yeah. That because he wasn't. But you're making. That's my point, though. He did that with a guy who was still winning because he couldn't control every single thing. Kraft hasn't been doing that. Now, again, what Coach said, will he maybe do it now that Bill isn't there? It remains to be seen. But as far as what we've known, he's never done that. So it's not the same. He doesn't hold, like, he hires the guys to do the job. Jerry is both the reason Dallas is great and also the reason why they won't get over the hump. Again, because he has to be involved. He needs to get a coach in there and stop letting, like, putting himself into every situation. That's a problem.
You know what's scary about that whole thing?
You don't need to do a press conference after every game. We don't need to see you that much, Jerry.
You know what's scary about that whole situation?
What?
If he leaves and gives the team to Steven, I think we're going to be worse off.
You think Steven's going to do the same shit, but worse?
Worse. He's cheap as fuck. Jerry will at least try to pay people.
Maybe that's at least it's a little bit of a difference.
Nah. Steven didn't want Dion here. He literally jacked his dad up in the hotel when Jerry went behind his back and signed Dion. His nickname is Cap Boy.
Hey, maybe you need to be cap worried instead of just paying guys who not get it done.
We don't pay nobody no more. When we were paying people, when we went out and traded for the Charles Haleys. We brought in the Deion Sanders.
So if they're not doing it no more, then he's basically the same. He's just gonna do the same shit. Like, I don't know. I think Jerry's more responsible for what's happening with his team than anyone.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%.
See,
we gonna see. You know, like
the stadium's great and all. But all you're really doing. Yes, we add more people. We're all gonna make more money. Except are the players seeing that more money? No. So with their benefit of it is just more people and it's just more pressure. The whole thing The whole Cowboys lore is automatically more pressure on players than it needs to be. Why are we still worried about, we got to live up to some legacy that hasn't been here for 30 years?
Tell you why. And tell you why. I'll tell you one reason why. One more reason. It's the last thing I'm going to say about the Cowboys thing. If it wasn't for the Dallas Cowboys, how national would the NFL be nationally televised? This is why the world, everybody in the world, every week, win or lose, want to see the Dallas Cowboys. You want to see the Cowboys to win, more to lose. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's more than that, bro. It's more than that.
That's my point.
Dallas is the reason why a lot of people is bandwagoning their teams the way they do. Because the teams like the Dallas Cowboys. This is why. This is why teams can go out for big media market checks and big shit. Because Dallas Cowboys do this shit. Every player wants to be seen.
You're making my point. You're making my point. The whole lore of, we're the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody wants to see us win or lose. All of that is bad for your team. It's great for business. It's bad for the team.
Every team goes through it. Is this
not like
what we're seeing the most? Every team.
Not like y'all.
What team doesn't go out there? What organization doesn't do that?
What team is called America's team when they haven't won in 30 years? What team does that? Tell me.
Hey, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Because of the TV, the market. That's why. What I just said. The TV market labeled us. The media labeled us as America's team. We didn't label ourselves as America's team. The TV, the media, the people that watch us did. The people that watch us. People that play. I don't know.
Hey, what's the difference between the entire history of how the Cowboys deal with how the media treats them and, let's say, my Patriots?
Hold on. See.
That problem.
No, hold on. This is what you're not getting, Will, because like Coach is telling you, y'all haven't gone through it yet for real. The first 3 years is the warm-up.
Greatness. I'm saying during your greatness is when you became America's team. We didn't lean into that. They tried to say it sometimes about us. We were like, we don't give a fuck about that. We're here to win.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Patriots.
Will, you're one of a million fans in New England. If we talk to another fan in New England, they would say, fucking Patriots are American team. That's what they would say.
What they would tell you is we don't care about that shit.
You're gonna start caring. You're gonna start caring when not you. See, we're speaking to you as you and your fandom. We are speaking here over our Patriot fandom.
I know plenty of Patriot. What I'm saying is Patriots fans right now are never going to turn into, oh my God, we're America's team, and because of that, no, we don't care about that shit. All we want to do is win, and we're going to bitch about that because we ain't going to win for a while. That'll be
this part right here. This part right here. That's what a lot of people don't realize. We don't care about that shit either.
Yes, you, the fans, and maybe even the players, but Jerry wants that. And that's why I keep saying he's the problem. It's not, I mean, the players can play better, whatever, you can coach better, all that can be fine. But Jerry is essentially the real issue here. He builds up he loves the lore because the lore keeps the money flowing. He loves it. The problem is he doesn't realize the lore, the whole, oh my God, Dallas, it actually hurts the team. It doesn't help them. But you can make more money by winning. He seems to have forgotten that. So he wants to keep making the money regardless whether it hurts his team or not. That's a problem. And it's not going to get fixed until he fixes that problem.
That ain't happen. So it ain't going to get fixed.
That's what I'm talking about.
30 years in counting.
Right. And that's why it's really weird like that they're still America's team and everybody's still talking about them. Because it's like, why? What are we even doing? But he goes out and builds the most amazing stadium ever. Because what? Look at me. Look at our Cowboys. Come watch us, everybody. That's fine. You're going to make plenty of money like that, but you ain't going to win nothing.
Who's this Facebook user talking?
That's Marquise.
Marquise what?
No, which one are you talking about? This one here, that's Tim, and that's Marquise.
Oh, okay. They both Patriot fans, I can tell you, right?
Tim or Marquise who? Tim Donahue?
Tim Price.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And Marquise McTrees.
Okay. Oh my God, McTrees is in here. What up, Trees?
So man, listen.
Oh, from the hood.
But the law is what the law is, though.
The law about the hit soon.
It is, but you feed it. The Patriots didn't feed it.
They're gonna feed it soon.
Not yet.
No, they're not.
Not yet.
Why would they feed, bro? Why would they feed now or anything like that when we suck?
No, this is what when no, and I don't want to bring old shit up. I don't want to bring old shit up at all. We won championships 3 years after we won our last championship. It was still glory and blossom. It started getting when it started hitting 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15.
We're already out of that. We're already knowing that our team is bad, real bad, and our coach is gone. We already know. There's no delusions in New England about our team moving forward that they're going to be great soon or that we deserve to be. We don't, and we're not.
But technically, if you look at it, the 20-year span, that's only one generation.
But that's kind of the point, though. Like, yeah, exactly. We didn't.
And it goes back to the lower part of it because the Cowboys fandom goes over 3 generations. You got the 60s, you got the 70s,
that's
and
why
you got the 90s.
And that's why y'all deeper in it. That's why it did. That's why I say it's not going to happen to us. We had one good run, and the 2 main reasons we had that run are gone. And it's very, 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 very clear that we're not going to be that anymore until we rebuild it all. But that culture is gone. Jerry acts like the Dallas culture is still there from 30 years. We know it's over for us until we rebuild. It's done. It's not a thing. Like we said.
Oh no! You got your new coach talking about we gonna spend bread. You had your owner last year talking about if it ain't championships, I ain't hearing shit. And then he fires his Hall of Fame coach. I'm just saying, this is the stuff I heard.
Yeah.
I may digress.
None of that has.
Hold on. So in 3 years, 4 years, if those championships ain't coming in, where we think Brown Crowd's gonna be at? They ain't gonna make no dome because New England ain't gonna give him the money for that shit. So we all know that. He ain't gonna make a nice fancy stadium. They did their rebuilds and they built our new big old.
What you just explained what a rebuild is to the people. Everybody knows that. You didn't say anything profound. It was just you just explained what a rebuild is.
No, I just explained. No. Then see again. But you know what this is? This is all brand new. This is all brand new. No, when it become brand new, then you
about this. We sucked forever before we got Bill and them. This is not new. It's only new to people Jake's age. That's it.
No, and this is why. No. And this is why I say to you, we getting your opinion and your fandom, and you're on the show, and I love it. Yeah, but you don't speak for the other million of Patriot fans that are in this world.
But you do speak for everyone else in Dallas? No. So it's the
I'm
same
only speaking for myself and Coach. For the most part.
All I'm saying is
and Coach is on a higher level than me in terms of this fandom. I'm over here sitting here thinking that we still gonna fucking win. Hey, bro, sit here. I'm gonna say that shit. Deep down, motherfuckers, we might suck. Hell yeah. But I'm waiting for the come up. I'm waiting to be good again. Hell, motherfucker, yeah.
That's why I told you out of
we suck. We no, hell no.
I'll be kind of like,
I can't go on this way.
Sometimes you got.
But both of our teams definitely need the both. Hopefully, the construction of the Patriots goes well at all, man. I mean, hey, it sucks, man. We suck. We just came back from Cancun. We both was on the same plane today. Bill Belichick and fucking whoever our coach is.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Patriots rebrand in the post-Brady and Bill era. They'll be unrecognizable. Maybe, or also they hired a guy from within.
Shout out to
they hired a guy from within, though. So maybe it may look very similar. It's possible. I mean,
you know what happened when we hired a guy from within?
Who?
We hired Dave Campbell. 5-11.
There's your problem. That's your problem.
Hey, this might be a year
that our guy was good as a player.
The BC Eagles might be better than the Patriots this year, man. I'm just taking that into consideration. Shout out to Bill O'Brien on becoming the new head coach at BC.
That's dope. I'm so hyped for that.
Good move.
Well, just mainly me and you want to see BC do something. And
we can get some names now. We can get some recruits now.
Come on. We out here.
He's the head coach there now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He just became head coach 2 weeks ago.
Last time
Bill O'Brien that screwed over Houston?
Wait. I mean, he tried. And
Oh,
they're
you
in a good
versus
position.
Celtics to fucking Houston.
They're in a good position now.
Let's go. BC, baby. 4 years, baby. BCS, baby. I'm hoping.
Let's get into it.
Hey, put them on our schedule.
Oh, dogs. I would love it. I would love it. And I hope it's at BC, too, so I get a ticket for that shit.
I don't want that. I
want it.
Yeah, two wanted 49ers, too. We see how that went. No.
I'm ready for the 40-point beatdown.
At halftime, me and Took just go back to the P like, I'm out, bro. We got to go.
Hell yeah. Like, what the fuck is the play this shit? And no. You know why I would want them to play? College brings an experience. Like, people who have never been to a college football game, college basketball game, it's just a different atmosphere that they bring up there. Like, your team can lose by 90, 80, 70, 60 if you're a horrible team. From the tailgate to the overall vibe is crazy. I would just enjoy a team coming up here to play us. Or BC playing one of those teams.
He's the reason Hopkins didn't come to the Pats. Yeah, good. I don't want that washed up bum anyway. At best, he would have won us a couple more games and we wouldn't be picking as high. At worst, he sucks. No, we don't. Actually, at worst, he would have broke Mac Jones even more, which probably would have been better for us. But no, I'm glad he didn't come in.
One more thing before we head off tonight.
Yeah.
What are they? What if you were the guy that handled all the Patriots player personnels and movements? What are you doing with Mac Jones?
It honestly, from a money standpoint, it just makes sense to keep him one more year. But it all depends on how much you think that affects the locker room, how much of his mopey ass face around the fucking facility is going to be a problem versus because he's not the starter anymore. He can't be. He sucks. So either he understands that he's a backup now and stays for that 5th year of his deal and we draft somebody. And maybe even in that situation, if the guy isn't ready, you got a little bridge. But that's all he's ever going to be. Now, if he wants to be more than that, if he feels somebody will start him, looking at you, Jets, then go ahead and fucking we'll probably trade him. But there's no reason necessarily to move him unless he's going to be a problem.
Coach, think the Patriots do with Mr. Mac Jones?
Man, I know you can bring that dude back in there, man.
You think it's that bad? It could be. You could be right. Like, look, you played at a higher level than I did. You know a locker room better than I do. You could be right. They could be like, hell no. This ain't the Steelers with Randolph and Rudolph. It's not that. We don't like this.
But you said a valid thing. It all comes back to the chemistry of the locker room.
Yeah, it's
like if there's something, if he can bring some value as a backup, then most definitely. But then at the same time, if you're going with the rookie coming in, going to be your franchise quarterback, do you really want the guy who he just took his job hanging behind him?
This got to be trees. He said, leave him on Mass and Cass. Mass and Melanie and Cass. Fuck him.
It is.
That's the.
He said, leave my Mass General.
Where he said, leave him, he won't make it out.
They said, leave my Boston Medical. Hey, yo.
Will, I'm looking, man. I'm looking. You know, we trying to plan this trip, right?
Yeah, buddy. What's the word?
I'm trying to see. Hold on, man, because this might come out. It might be in our benefit.
Ooh.
Well, you might be able to get a 2-for-1, Will.
Oh, say less.
Let me see. It's in November, though.
That's dope.
We got to, if Dallas plays a November game, you can make a whole weekend out of it. Because that Saturday, your Gators are in Austin.
Let's get it.
I just looked at the schedule.
And I actually, for the first time in a few years, I do not hate what my Gators are doing at the moment. I'm not thrilled about the coach, but he just seems like a bumpkin, man. Like a country.
And that's a day trip for us. Austin's only 2.5 hours away from here.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that. Hope my Gators aren't out of it by then.
Gators upset, baby.
Let's go.
And my Horns play Michigan September 7th in Ann Arbor.
Ooh. In Ann Arbor. Oh, we all going to see Jake? Is that what's happening?
We might.
Jake paying for our tickets to get there. Jake paying for our tickets to get into the game.
Swing by Ohio.
That's good shit, man. Who y'all got for shout outs, man? It's a lot of fun tonight.
Hey, yo, shout out to my homies who's in here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, but shout out to McTrees. Appreciate you, bro. And anybody else. Yeah, I mean, Shout out to the whole crew. We love y'all. Y'all the best for showing up. And shout out to you fellas. I was a little late. I woke up late and I saw the time and I'm like, shit. But I wasn't worried at all. I knew you fellas gonna hold it down. And of course, I slide in.
You surprised me.
To a
I was
great
reading
combo.
something and looked up and saw you chilling up in the right corner.
I just popped it in. But shout out to you fellas, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Check us out tomorrow night, 8:30.
Chickity.
PM. Chickity, chop up. You know, already got my topic. My topic tomorrow is
Don't tell them.
top 10 karate movies all time.
Woo! I like that.
Yes,
sir.
that's
That's gonna be fun.
That's going to open up a lot of spectacle and debate because I know, as well with a lot of lists, there's some going to be on it, some off it that's not going to be on it. So hope everybody's interested for it. So yeah, man. Tomorrow night, chop up. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Like, share, subscribe. STWF TV. Join our fabulous group, Sports Talk with Friends group on Facebook, or you can like STWF TV on Facebook too, where you can watch not only this podcast from tonight, but every other podcast that we shot in the past. So,
tune in tomorrow to find out why I think Bruce Lee is overrated.
Oh!
Oh.
That's a major league tease right there, people. We'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. So let's go through here. We got quite a bit of people tonight, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to, of course, the General, Unc, my little brother Derek, Anthony, Lewis, Trent, P. Dollar, Chris, Justin, Jalissa, Mark, Bobby, Tony, Valerie, Joseph, Marquise, Trey, and Tim. Appreciate the support, man. Y'all came in, you did your damn thing. Support is free. Man, this is the first night of the off-season edition. Hang out with us every Monday night on our trek to our 2024 draft coverage. You was here last year with us.
You know how much fun we had.
We gave it to you the whole weekend. Non-stop.
And we don't care about kid picks. And we don't care about kid picks. You learned that too last year.
but we definitely appreciate it. As two already teasers, will teasers. Make sure y'all here tomorrow night for the chickity top up. 2, take us out, player.
We don't care about y'all kids. Send me so sorry.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, wherever you get podcasts.